And let it be a warning to those who may think they are bigger than Nigeria. The law is bigger than every one of us, and the law will take its course to deal with miscreants, to deal with terrorists, to deal with criminals. You know, all of us are victims.
Nobody is bigger than Nigeria. Nobody must go scot-free with criminality. Nobody is above Nigeria. Barrister Awomolo. Ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ káàsán kúrọ̀lẹ́ ẹ káalẹ́. Ẹ wá kan fìdílé tàbí kẹ́ fìdílé nǹkan àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tó lọ láti ìkànnì BGI TV bàbá gbàgede mọ̀ tẹlifíṣọ̀n. Láàárọ̀ yìí, àárọ̀ làwa wà báyìí Nàìjíríà, a wà ní after 11. Now, ẹni mẹ́ta ni mo fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ lónìí. Ẹni mẹ́ta. Mo fẹ́ bá àwọn àgbàlagbà Yorùbá, gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà wa lẹ̀ Yorùbá fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀. Mo fẹ́ bá bàbá wa Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu mo fẹ́ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ bá ìran Yíbò mo fẹ́ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Àmẹ́ta tá lọ̀rọ̀ ìní nìyẹn. Àkọ́kọ́ ń bẹ̀ ó ní ọ̀rọ̀ tí Barrister Awomolo Sam tí wọ́n sọ nígbà tí wọ́n parí kéèsì Nnamdi Kanu. Ibẹ̀ ni mo fẹ́ fi wọlé láàárọ̀ yìí. Bàbá wa dáadáa ẹ kú àdúrótì ẹ ṣeun àdúpẹ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ sọ ó ní mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí sa inú mi dẹ̀ dùn àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn bọ́ lẹ́nu yín wípé kò sẹ́ni tó ju Nàìjíríà lọ. Ìran kò dẹ̀ ga dùnà kan lọ. Then kò sẹ́ni tó yẹ láti máa ṣe insecurity ìgbésùnmọ̀mí ní Nàìjíríà. Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn máa tún padà ní complete full fún wa á padà bọ̀. Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ni mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Mo ní kàn fi ṣe preamble fún wa ká fi wọlé. Ó náà fi ṣe introduction. Gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Nnamdi Kanu pátá. Àwọn kan sọ pé script ni tíjọba play. But let me tell you one thing. Afẹ́ akọ, we must face one reality that there is no just ruler that we want his territory to be divided. Gospel and the biggest truth. Obita go korogan. Meanwhile, a just ruler lasso. A ruler must be just before we can say his territory must not be divided. Is our government or as our governments, the previous ones and the present ones, are they just? Must that territory never be divided? Have they done what the citizenry want them to do? Are they doing it? The past government and the current one. A just ruler who don't want his territory to be divided. A just. That just must be underlined and written in capital letter. Gbogbo àwọn kan tí rúùlù wa bọ̀ látẹ̀yìn. Bóyá lálẹ́rẹ́ ni méjì ta ni lọ́wọ́ sí pé lè just lẹ́yìn Yar'Adua àti Muritala. Fúlàní làwọn méjèèjì. Nọ́tánà làwọn méjèèjì. Ta lè sọ pọ́n lóòótọ́. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ wo they live very short time lórí oyè. Yar'Adua àti Muritala bóyá 6 months. Yar'Adua 2 years yẹ ohun tó lò lè kà pé 2 years tó rash àìsàn òjò gbádùn. But the little time tó lò very 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 precious. Tí wọ́n àwọn yẹn tí wọ́n bá sọ pé they don't want their territory to be divided, they are justified. Bẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá rí gbogbo àwọn tó kù tó ti rúlu wa àti n tó lọ àtẹn tó wà ń bẹ̀ sìn àti àwọn tí wọ́n wà torí tí n bá sọ pé rulers ká má minimize ẹ̀mí wa sí di Tinubu nìkan. No. In fact, Tinubu is not even our ruler. Taba ní kàlà mọ́lẹ̀. Wọ́n fòun ṣe wọ́n fi gba front ni àwọn tó ń rúlu wà lábẹ́lẹ̀ tí ń ṣe àwọn Fúlàní ìrọ̀sí kì bá ṣe pé Fúlàní ló ń rúlu wa ni. I can see it in Tinubu that Tinubu saw the truth. He saw what is happening in this country. He is seeing what is happening in this country, but he doesn't have that guts. He doesn't have that effrontery láti face reality. Tó bá jẹ́ pọ́n ní ni by now Gunmi ó yẹ kó ń gbọ́ gba life jail lánàá tàbí death by hanging. Kí ló ń pe mánu olórí àwọn Miyeti àlà bàdé bódèjò ó yẹ kó ti gba death by hanging lánàá tàbí life imprisonment. N tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Kanu yẹ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn méjèèjì yẹn àti several Fúlàní apanirun. Ó yẹ kán pa gbogbo wọn, kán dájọ́ kú fún gbogbo wọn lánàá ni. Tó bá pé lóòótọ́ la fẹ́ wà just in this country. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ́kọ́ sáré yàn lọ́nà kinní kan bí. Mo ti rí oríṣiríṣi presentations táwọn èèyàn sọ pé why is Igboho freed? Why are they freeing Igboho? Is it because it is Yoruba that is really? No. Rárá. Tinubu kọ́ ló free Igboho. Torí kìí ṣe Tinubu ló gbé Igboho. Tinubu kọ́ ló fẹ́ pa Igboho. Kìí ṣe òun ló ní kó lọ gbé ilé ẹ̀. Tinubu kọ́ ló wà lórí oyè. It was during Buhari's regime. Buhari ó fi ọmọ tiẹ̀ sábẹ́. Ó mọ ọmọ èkùrú kí mọ́lẹ̀ ló fi ṣe. Àwọn ọmọ Buhari ló sọ Igboho ló mú Igboho jáde. Àwọn náà ni wọ́n sọ Nnamdi Kanu di terrorist. Àwọn ọmọ Buhari ni wọ́n mú Igboho jáde. Ẹgbọ́n mo ṣe gbọ́rọ̀ yẹn kalẹ̀ ni wọ́n mú Igboho jáde ni wọ́n sọ Kanu di terrorist. Ayé ìgbà wo ni wọ́n mọ Nnamdi Kanu? It was Buhari's regime. Nígbàtí Nnamdi Kanu rí tú tí àwọn Fúlàní pa ní East, òun náà dá ESS sílẹ̀, ó dá IPOB sílẹ̀. But those guys became their devil killers. Tódòdó bá dé ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ kẹ́ tó bú èmi kàbí kẹ́ tó yìn mí ẹ jẹ́ sọ wórówó tó mi tán lé mi. Mo sọ pọ́nà mẹ́ta níṣẹ́ mi pín sí láàárọ̀ yìí. Kò síjọba kan tó máa wo ESN tàbí IPOB kọ́ máa parú tútọ́ ń pa yẹn kọ́ máa man hunt wọn. Bọ̀ kí ló fà á tí ESN fi jáde IPOB fi jáde? Kí ló fà á tí Igboho, a wealthy man, a well satisfied man, a very quiet man in his comfort zone, táyé ò mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ láti ìgbà tíjọba Ládọjà ti lọ ló ti ń lo láìfẹ́ ló ti ń ta mọ́tò tó ń wọlé tó ń jáde ló ń ṣe business ẹ̀ jẹ́jẹ́. Kí ló sọ dẹni tí ń sọ pé enough is enough Fúlàní? Ìwà táwọn ọmọ Buhari wò ní, ìwà táwọn criminal àwọn tọ́ọ̀gì tí Buhari kó wọlé, ìwà yẹn ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe gbé Nnamdi Kanu àwọn tó yẹ kẹ́ gbé pọ̀. Bó ṣe dájọ́ fún Nnamdi Kanu lánàá àwọn tó yẹ kán dájọ́ fún wọn pọ̀. Rufai kò gbọ́dọ̀ máa rìn freely in Nigeria because àwọn tí wọ́n dá the root causes of wàhálà tí Nigeria face lọ́wọ́ tó ń pè ní security, àwọn tí wọ́n dálẹ̀ gangan ló yẹ kí wọ́n gbé kan fish out. Wọ́n bá wà ní president, wọ́n bá wà vice president, we are less concerned ẹni kò tó ń kọ wá. If it is true nǹkan táwọn mọ̀ lọ sọ speech tí bàbá yẹn sọ nígbà tí wọ́n dájọ́ tán fún Kanu, tó bá jẹ́ lóòótọ́ ni bàbá yẹn dúró lórí tó sọ, gbogbo àwọn tí Dubai government ti kà jáde wípé àwọn ni sponsor terrorist, gbogbo wọn ló yẹ kán kó wà kóòtù lánàá kíjọba bá wọn ṣẹjọ́. Tá bá fẹ́ gba tí bàbá yẹn sọ, bàbá yẹn ní kò sẹ́nikẹ́ni tó above the law of Nigeria, kò dẹ̀ sẹ́nikẹ́ni tó ní right láti tamper lórí security wa, kò sẹ́nikẹ́ni tó ju òfin Nàìjíríà lọ nínú àwọn speech tí mo mú nínú interview tó ṣe fún bàbá yẹn nìyẹn. Gbogbo ẹ̀ kò yẹ kó dá lórí Kanu nìkan, ó yẹ kó mú Rufai, former governor Kaduna State, kò sí immunity clause fún Monsin, ó yẹ kó mú Gunmi, ó yẹ kó mẹ́nìkan báyìí tẹ́ ti mọ̀ ìwé mi ni ó ti yé yín tó wà ní pòkejì ẹ̀ nọ́mbà tó yẹ kó mú presently because wọn yọ sọ pé òun gan ló dá kò sí fíbẹ́nu kò ń bẹ̀. Chetima knows he started Boko Haram. Wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ mú Tinubu mọ̀ mú as vice. Ó pick that táwọn arábí yẹn bá ti gbọ́ pé ọ̀gá àwọn ló jẹ vice, wọ́n á fi wọ́ gbogbo aburú yẹn bọ̀lẹ̀. Òun náà deny pé òun kọ́ òun àtàlímọ́dù sheriff ti Boko Haram nìyẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ táwọn x-men tọ́ṣẹ́ wà bẹ̀rẹ̀ orí burúkú ìgangan tó wá yà wèrè jẹ́ anybody lọ yìí. Iṣẹ́ Rufai àtàwọn customer ẹ̀ ni there are videos táwọn náà dẹ̀ deny wípé àwọn lọ sí Niger, àwọn lọ Chad, àwọn lọ kó Fúlàní wọlé, àwọn fẹ́ harmonize àwọn Fúlàní sójú kan. Àwọn Fúlàní dẹ̀ fẹ́nu ara wọn sọ pé nítorí ṣe wá kó àwọn ni pé wọ́n fẹ́ fi àwọn hàn síìtì Goodluck Jonathan. Nígbà tí Goodluck Jonathan dẹ̀ ti gbà easily pé Buhari ló win, wọ́n abandon àwọn why. Àwọn náà wá ya gbèrè sí gbòòrò, wọ́n kúkú wá lọ́ọ́ rí kúta wá pé Nàìjíríà dùn, ẹ máa bọ owó wà ń bẹ̀. Government of the day, sir, you are not being fair with yesterday judgment. I want oyè tó kára wò dandan ni kó kára ẹ̀dẹ́. Oyè tó ti kọ Nnamdi Kanu ó gbọ́dọ̀ kan gbogbo Fúlàní apanirun àtàwọn tó ń ṣe alágbàtẹ̀rù wọn. Bódèjò irú oyè yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ kan. Olori Miyeti ala ó dẹ̀ níye tó ti gbà lọ́wọ́ gọ́fúmẹ́ntì tí Buhari fi ń bẹ̀ báyìí bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ kan jẹ́ agbádùn. Bódèjò was arrested by Tinubu. Within the cool of an eye, he was released immediately. Why? Ó yẹ kí Rufai kóun náà wà ń bẹ̀. Ó yẹ kí Gunmi ò tiẹ̀ fi tiẹ̀ bò, ó ń fi hàn wá ní kódà àmọye fídíò àmọye fọ́tò tó ń fi hàn wá pé òun lòun lọ negotiate. Owó bó ṣe wà yẹn owó terrorist ló ń jẹ. Wọ́n jọ ń pín owó ni. Gunmi ló bá wọn gbowó tó lọ kó fún wọn. Gbogbo dialogue tí gọ́fìmẹ̀ntì bá wọn dialogue Gunmi ní chairman. Ó mọ gbogbo terrorist tó wà ní Nàìjíríà yìí pátá. What is Gunmi still doing in our society? Gunmi is walking around as a free man. Gbogbo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tẹ́ ní Nnamdi Kanu ṣẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ ló jẹ̀bi lóòótọ́ a accept. But n tó bá ti mú ìjọba dá lẹ́bi, tíjọba bá ti accept pé Nnamdi Kanu wọ́ ti life jail, gbogbo àwọn tí mo sọ yìí náà wọ́ ti life jail. Ìyẹn la lè mọ̀ pé ìjọba ń ṣe òdodo. Ìyẹn la lè mọ̀ pé ìjọba ìfẹ́ wọ́n fẹ́ fọ ìlú mọ́. Ìyẹn la lè gbà nǹkan tí barrister wọ́n mọ̀ lọ ohun tí wọ́n sọ. Màá ní complaint tí barrister yẹn sọ sìn nínú speech wọn after ti judgment. Kódà wọ́n congratulate our Nigerians. Kódà wọ́n sọ pé Nigerians can now sleep with their two eyes closed. Is it true? Ṣé Nnamdi Kanu ló ń pààyàn Sanfara? Ṣé òun ló ń pààyàn ní Abẹ́òkúta? Ṣé òun ló ń pààyàn lẹ́kọ̀ọ́? Òun ló ń pààyàn lẹ̀ Yorùbá? Òun ló ń pààyàn? Ṣé Nnamdi Kanu ló pa El Buba Brigadier General? Ṣé òun ló pa láìpẹ́ yìí? Ṣé ESN ló pa wọ́n? Nnamdi Kanu gbogbo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tẹ́ ló ṣe pàtàṣẹ mo àṣẹ tó jẹ̀bi gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ṣe. But in as much tí Nàìjíríà fi lè dá ní ẹ̀bi lánàá tí jọ́ọ̀jì kan fi lè jókòó láti fún ní life jail, gbogbo àwọn tó kù tí wọ́n ń wúrú wà yẹn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ń sìn they have no right láti máa rìn freely ní Nàìjíríà. Àbáwọn tó ti wù sẹ́yìn mo tó sọ mi ò free Igboho mi ìyọ̀gbò kúrò nítorí wípé mo jẹ́ Yorùbá rárá, but torí wípé gbogbo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ta ni wọ́n ṣẹ̀ Igboho never committed anyone out of it. Tó bá jẹ́ pé bí Igboho ṣe ṣe ni Nnamdi Kanu náà ṣe ṣe ni máa jẹ́ nìkan tó máa bẹ́wùlẹ̀ gbápẹ̀rẹ̀ wọlé ni. But Nigeria ní fact tí ń ṣe fanta against Nnamdi Kanu. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ kan àwọn Igbo yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ kan pé ordinary statement, ordinary mouth words, ordinary word of mouth àbí mouth words àbáná ṣe pè lánàá. Yes, ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu lásán lè tú Nàìjíríà ká. Wọ́n pè ní incitement to mutiny nínú òfin. You can be in America and destroy Nigeria. You can be in America and incite war in Nigeria. Ordinary statement of your mouth can destroy the whole Nigeria. Wọ́n pè ní incitement to mutiny. Tó o bá ti láwọn loyalist tí wọ́n wà loyal sí ẹ, tó jẹ́ kó tó sọ hey wọ́n ti gbọ́. Most especially you now have two groups tó tara ẹ̀ wá tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ dear devil ni wọ́n. We have ESN, we have IPOB. You can command them from anywhere in this world tí wọ́n dẹ̀ gbọ́rọ̀ sí ẹ lẹ́nu. ESN ló parọ́ wọn ò fi bò náà. Wọ́n ní reason táwọn fi ń ṣe sit at home is because of Nnamdi Kanu. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń pa àwọn ará ọjà kan bá lọ sọ́jà tó defy àṣẹ tó bá pa. Ẹ fún mi ní fídíò ẹyọ kan àbí instance kan tá a ti gbọ́ tí Igboho ti pàṣẹ wípé ó yẹ lọ sí ọjà kinní kan wọn ò gbọdọ̀ jáde ńbẹ̀ ẹni tó bá jáde ẹ pa wọ́n. Kò sí o. Gbogbo òfin tó fi lè mú terrorism kò sí ìkéyìí tí Igboho ṣe ń bẹ̀. Pé na Yorùbá fẹ́ pín tí Igboho ń sọ. It is called self-determination and it is written in the Constitution of Nigeria. It is allowed. So Igboho to my own best of knowledge, he has never committed any crime at all. Even while he was arrested, he was tried. Court of law dá láre ni. Wọ́n dá láre pé ìwọ yóò jẹ̀bi. And look at his conduct. Ọmọ yàtọ̀ sí homo. I'm not talking because I'm Yoruba man. So ẹ má fi Igboho wé Kanu ọ̀rọ̀ méjì two different ball games ni. In fact the funniest part ni pé ẹ wo gbà táwọn ọmọ onítìrì tí wọ́n lọ gba radio station immediately ni Igboho ti deny act yẹn pé no I never support this. Ẹ wo gbà táwọn ọmọ onítìrì tí wọ́n ní kí gọ́fúnà jáde ní secretariat tọ̀ntọ̀n tó wàṣọ àmì tó jẹ́ total treasonable felony. Immediately Igboho denied the act pé no eléyìí I'm not. Onítìrí yóò dẹ̀ deny olóhùn ni. So ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ó ń lọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo tó jọmọ́ criminal act Igboho never committed it. Àwọn tí Igboho dẹ̀ face ó jẹ́ kó clear that I face Fulani that are killing we Yorubas. Igboho jáde kí Fulani tó máa pààyàn. Igboho ní kí Yorùbá pín kí Fulani tó máa pààyàn. Despite the fact pé Fulani dẹ̀ ń pa àwọn èèyàn tó pa prominent people tó súnmọ́. Kò tí ì jáde ọ̀tí tí wọ́n frustrate ló pé I know this is enough to be enough. Kó tó dìde lọ bá wọn ní Gangan. And he started the mission from the Gangan. Kò wá sẹ́ni tó lè sọ kódà Hausa ò lè sọ pé mo rí Igboho tàbá ọmọ lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ níbi tí wọ́n ti pa lágbájá. Lánàá ní court wọ́n ń dárúkọ bí èèyàn 15 táwọn ESN pa tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ true the directive from Kanu. That is why tèmi o tí mi fi lè bá wọn exonerate Kanu. But what I'm saying is that what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Tíjọba bá mọ̀ pé lóòótọ́ làwọn fẹ́ fọ̀lú yìí mọ́. Àkọ́kọ́ ni pé ẹ ti gbẹ́ nìkan àbí dandan ni kẹ́ ẹ kó gbogbo àwọn tó kù. Ẹ rí pé everybody tó sọ pé afẹ́ lọ wọn ní sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. Kódà wọn tó máa kọrin ní ìjọba ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí bàbá yẹn sọ lánàá ara mi ń ṣèkì lánàá pé ṣé pẹ́yìn lọ́ọ̀yà mọ̀ pé bó ṣe yẹ kó rí rèé. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé there is nobody that is above Nigeria. But Fulani is they are above Nigeria. Àwọn tó ń gbé K-47 dání tá a fojú ra wa rí wọn báyìí. Tíjọba ò dẹ̀ ṣe anything sí. Àwọn tó ń pa odindi brigadier general. Èèyàn kan pa general tọ̀ntọ̀n l'Amẹ́ríkà. Gbogbo bí tó ti ṣe nǹkan ẹ̀ wá ti jẹun. Kí ló wá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí? Ìdí tí wọ́n fi lè ṣe anything ni wípé nínú àwọn military wa Buhari ti plant àwọn Fúlàní tán láwọn repentant ti plant wọ́n mú àwọn èèyàn wípé àwọn ilé ìtààmú yìí o wọ́n ń pààyàn ní o wọ́n wá sọ pé mo ti repent ó wá ní kán lọ ṣe kọ́ọ̀sì irọ́ kan wọ́n wá padà dé ẹ̀ wá plant wọn ní sí inú the same military tán ti mú wọn ẹ̀ dá wọn padà síbẹ̀ very very insane attitude ara nǹkan tí Donald Trump rí táwọn èèyàn fi lọ gbé sọ fún nìyẹn tí agbára Nàìjíríà ò bá ká mọ́ dandan ni ká pè fún foreign aid àwọn Fúlàní tẹ́mi wò yà agbára Nàìjíríà ò ká mọ́ if we must say the truth nílé àwọn tẹ́mi wà panirun tí mò ń wò yìí agbára Nàìjíríà ò ká mọ́ àwọn tó pa brigadier general láti ìjọ tó dẹ̀ ti pa máa yẹn nothing happens gbogbo nǹkan lọ smoothly kí ló kù ìyẹn lásán ti tó discourage àwọn military wa lọ́tọ̀ ta ló fún wọn lọ́wọ́ ibi tọkùnrin yẹn gbà lọ ta ló fún wọn lọ́wọ́ táìmù tí wọ́n kúrò ń bẹ̀ ta ló fún wọn ní lọ́wọ́ the exact place tó máa gbà kọjá tó jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ gangan làwọn swap wá lọ dènà dè wọ́n ṣebí lára àwọn repentant tí ó repent tó ń parọ́ tó ń kó sínú iṣẹ́ ológun wa ni kò wá síbí náà kì í ṣe sórí tọ̀bọ̀ òṣì ló ṣe jẹ́ pé tí Ìgbò bá yarí lẹ́nìí they are very correct torí wípé wọ́n rí pé injustice lélẹ́yìí náà Abba Kyari alọ́lárí àgbàbọ̀dù náà nítorí ẹ̀ o Hush Puppy wà ní ọgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n l'Amẹ́ríkà o tó jọ ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó dẹ́ṣẹ̀ l'Abba Kyari ṣẹ́ o wọ́n fọwọ́ ra lórí Fúlàní jayé ọlọ́ba àwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù ń jẹ̀yà ṣe mọ̀yẹ ni Fúlàní ti dẹ́mi ẹ̀ légbodò bàbá wa wó mọ̀ lọ tó bá pé lóòótọ́ làwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ sọ fún ìjọba tẹ́ ẹ ṣojú fún wípé it's high time now kábẹ̀sì ní gbé gbogbo àwọn criminals tí wọ́n ń ṣe injustice tí wọ́n ń dá insecurity lẹ́sìn Nàìjíríà it's high time kí gbogbo wọn kọ́ máa condemn wọn to death banging ẹ bá ń play àwòmọ̀ lọ.
Every Nigerian must consider issue of security as his personal business. When you look away, compromise, or when you show fear, you are encouraging the miscreants, the vandals, the criminals, the terrorists to fester. This issue ought not to have festered for that long. Nigeria is our own country. We have no other country we can call our own. Secondly, it is our responsibility as Nigerians to help the government by way of information. You had during the trial information concerning how several heads of human skull were used to bury a scoundrel, somebody who is a criminal. So just because people were afraid, we all must be courageous enough to confront terrorism, criminality, and all sort of things. I know that, political insinuations or perspective will be put into this matter. I was in court in there when somebody was saying, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. We are all Nigerians. We must love one another. We must not compromise the security of the country on the basis of those primordial sentiments. So I congratulate Nigeria today for seeing the end of this, and let it be a warning to those who may think they are bigger than Nigeria. The law is bigger than every one of us, and the law will take its course to deal with miscreants, to deal with terrorists, to deal with criminals. You know, all of us are victims when we keep quiet. All of us are victims when we don't do what we ought to do. Therefore, be a Nigerian. Thank you.
The law is bigger than us. We are not bigger than the laws. We are not bigger than Nigeria. Nigeria security must be paramount in our heart, yes. And the law will punish. Àwọn tí mo fẹ́ gbọ́ tínú mi dùn sí tí mo ń sọ nìyẹn sá. Your excellency, then your excellency fún yín because you are very perfect with what you are saying. And I'm happy that you are saying this, sir. Yes, sir. Are you now ready? Is that law you are saying now ready to punish all these Fulanis that are killing everybody in this country? Òfin tó mú sardine, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ rojú sardine wá ti ṣí sardine ìkẹtì àṣírí tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Òun náà ló mégún tó ń dà wọ́n bójú. Mégún bá ti ṣí aṣọ kìí ṣe gún mọ́. Òfin tó bá mú aráàwọ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ máa rẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀. Òfin tó mú Nnamdi Kanu láti fún ní life jail lánàá, òfin yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ mú Fúlàní apanirun tó wà ní igbó tó ń pa oríṣiríṣi èèyàn. Ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ti mú nínú wọn kì í ṣe pé kán wá láwọn fún wọn amnesty, no more amnesty. Gbogbo àwọn tó ti fún amnesty must be arrested. Ẹ ti launch ẹ̀ látànà. A ti sọ pé gbogbo criminal sí a fẹ́ máa fún wọn life jail ni tàbí ká máa dájọ́ kú fún wọn. All of them must be arrested. Bá a show numbers àwọn tó ń ṣì fún ní amnesty láìpẹ́ yìí tọwọ́ white rẹpẹtẹ yẹn bó bá rí fídíò yẹn bá máa show ẹ̀ káwọn èèyàn máa rí láìpẹ́ bí ìjẹ́ tàbí jẹrin lélẹ́yìí tó ń ṣì fún wọn amnesty. Ẹjọ́ báwo lọ́bọ́ ṣe sorítì náà kí o ṣe irú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wo ni Nnamdi Kanu ṣẹ̀ tí àwọn Fúlàní tẹ̀ ń fún amnesty yẹn ò ti ṣẹ̀? Irú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wo la gbọ́ ní kóòtù lánàá tí Nnamdi Kanu àtàwọn gúrùpù ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ táwọn Fúlàní yẹn ò ti ṣẹ̀ more than that? Is it because they are ruling? Is it because they are the movers and shakers of this country? Is it because they are their forefathers? Ẹni tó bá ti support ló máa wọlé as president. Bàbá wa Tinubu, mo bẹ̀yẹ́ wo èrò tán. Gbogbo àwọn tó wọ white yẹn pátá, gbogbo àwọn tẹ̀rí ni wọ́n fún amnesty o. Wọ́n tún rọwọ́ sí wọn lápò, wọ́n tún fún wọn lóúnjẹ. Gbogbo àwọn tẹ̀rí ni wọ́n ti pààyàn rí. Gbogbo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tán ní Nnamdi Kanu ṣẹ̀ lánàá yẹn tán torí ẹ̀ dájọ́ life jail fún yẹn. Gbogbo àwọn tẹ̀rí tán wọ white yìí gbogbo wọn ni wọ́n ti ṣerú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Why are they free? Why are they celebrating? Why are they celebrating them despite what the sin they have committed? Tó bá jẹ́ lóòótọ́, tó bá gbé lóòótọ́ la fẹ́ kí terrorism stop Nigeria, we must stop celebrating these Fulanis. We must stop believing them that they are repentant. They will never repent. Ajá ò kì í padà, ajá ò kì í kú, ajá ò kì í. Oh God, mi mọ bí mo ṣe lè pè. Ajá ò lè ṣe kó má padà sí di èbí ẹ̀. Wọ́n repent ìṣòwò kò wá yẹ kó ti tán látijọ́ ẹ̀. Kò yẹ kí Fúlàní ti parí. Àní níjẹta mo gbọ́ pé wọ́n pa assistant commissioner of police. Wọ́n dẹ̀ wáṣọ ẹ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀ wáṣọ assistant commissioner yẹn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fi lọ operate because they are free. Mọye general tí Fúlàní ti pa ní Nàìjíríà yìí. Mọye major tó ti lọ. Colonel Ali Fúlàní ló fi lánàá. Brigadier general ọba Fúlàní ló pa. Mo àbúṣe ọ̀wà láì tó bá mú ẹni pa lẹ́ni tó bá lóhun rìpẹ́ǹtì wọ́n á tún wu wọnú inú mílítírì wá. Ẹjọ́ ṣáà láàkì mílítírì ni ló fi jẹ́ gbogbo àwọn Fúlàní apanirun tó bá sọ pé àwọn ti rìpẹ́ǹtì tún kó wọn sínú mílítírì. Mọ̀ pé ń fi wọ́n ṣalamí ni. Bàbá Tinubu, my advice is that tọ́mọ ó bá pa lórí kó pa lórí tí ó bá yọ gẹ̀gẹ̀ lọ́rùn kó yọ gẹ̀gẹ̀ lọ́rùn. Sàkátà pa láàsítọ́ o. Bí tó bá ti jí lẹ́nu ó ti dànù. Kì í ṣe lọ́lọ́ kẹ́ ṣe second term. And mark you, second term yín á dé tọ́mọ Nàìjíríà bá sọ pé Tinubu la fẹ́. Do the needful now by commanding our armies to be arresting anybody that belongs to Boko Haram or belongs to Fulani expert. Henceforth, tó bá ti mú wọn ìdá kan gbá wọn náà lọ kóòtù kan dájọ́ kú fún wọn kan lọ pa wọn dànù tàbí kan fáwọn náà life jail kan máa jẹ wá. There is no more kò sí tó ń jẹ́ repentant olórí burúkú kan mọ́. If Fulani can repent and you people make them to repent, Nnamdi Kanu too should repent. Nnamdi Kanu also is ready to repent. Abi because òun náà di repentant ESN àtàwọn ESN ẹ̀ tó kù. Abi when you people, if you are condoning criminality in this country fún ìran kan tẹ́ wá prosecute ìran kan, owó Igboho wà ní Nàìjíríà kan sí 22 accounts máa tó wá síbí sọ fún mi 22 accounts láìṣẹ̀ láìrò wọn ò rí ẹ̀sùn kankan kà sí Igboho lẹ́sẹ̀ tó fà. Injustice was meted on this man. Kò ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kan ju wípé ó ní kí Fúlàní má pa Yorùbá mọ́, ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kan ṣo tó ṣẹ̀ nìyẹn. Ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ lè rí ẹnikẹ́ni náwó sí pòkù tó parí tàbí ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ rèé tó fi kọ́ sí mutini. Wọ́n rí bí 50 kà sí Nnamdi Kanu lẹ́sẹ̀ bẹ̀tọ̀ rí kankan fún Igboho. Why is Igboho still stop suffering? Why is he still wanted? Why is account still locked? He has done nothing, he has committed no sin. Adébí pé bí Igboho ṣe ṣe ni Nnamdi Kanu náà ṣe ṣe ni. Lẹ́nìí, I will have been the first person tó máa gbé placard jáde pé láéláé. But in tó bá ti tí mò ń sọ ni wípé in tó bá ti wá mú yín punish Nnamdi Kanu tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn àwọn Fúlàní Miyeti àlà Bódèjò Rufai Chetima Matawale àti Tatoni àti Gunmi àtàwọn míì bẹ́ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé àwọn gbogbo ni wọ́n wà ní Boko Haram ESM kí náà pè wọ́n Fúlàní kí náà gbàgbé esmen àtàwọn iswap gbogbo àwọn tó jágbóde gbà fún gbogbo wọn pátá ló yẹ kó fi wá kó o. Gbogbo wọn ni wọ́n jẹ̀bi láìjèlé o, gbogbo wọn ni wọ́n jẹ̀bi ikú. Láì kò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ èmi ò ní support ìjọba Nàìjíríà o wípé wọ́n gbé Kanu. Bẹ́tà ẹ fún Kanu náà ní amnesty, ẹ kúkú fóun náà l'amnesty. Kákú mọ̀ pé Nigeria government yóò tó bá ti jẹ́ criminal tó bá sọ pé ó ti repent wá fún amnesty, kákú mọ̀ pé yẹn ló lọ lù sí. Because kò dùn má wa kan ká máa rí àwọn Fúlàní tán ti pa kúkúrú pa gúngùn kẹ máa sọ pé fún wọn l'amnesty kọ́ máa tó celebrate wa ni wọ́n tún fún wọn lóúnjẹ. Àwọn tẹ́rí tó wọ white rẹpẹtẹ wọ́n tún fún wọn lówó, wọ́n fún wọn lóúnjẹ, wọ́n ẹwọ nǹkan tó ń kó lé wọn lọ́wọ́ yẹn àni wọ́n á tún kó wọn sínú military wa àwọn apààyàn. Ṣé ẹ rò pé bóyá chameleon can only change its color, it can never change its character. That is why we are having problem in our security till tomorrow. That is why our security can never win these guys. Nítorí pé Buhari ti planti àwọn ará wọn sí inú àwọn military. Wọ́n wà nínú sójà, wọ́n wà nínú army, wọ́n wà nínú air force, wọ́n wà nínú navy, wọ́n wà nínú àwọn paramilitaries kiri. Not until tábà tó ṣe the needful. Gbogbo nǹkan tí bàbá Awómọ̀ lọ sọ yẹn ó correct. Mo gbà, mo accept bó ṣe yẹ kó rí gangan nìyẹn. Wọ́n sọ rí. But sir, ṣé wọ́n ready láti extend gbogbo tẹ̀sán yẹn sọ́dọ̀ àwọn Fúlàní náà? Because presently the kind of Nigeria me I'm seeing is Nigeria that Fulani are bigger than. The Fulani S-men are bigger than Nigerians. Boko Haram are bigger than Nigerians. Yes, ISWAP, they are bigger than Nigerians. Àwọn kan ti ẹni lákúrú wá sí àbí lákúrú flat. Oríṣi orúkọ lọ́kọ̀ gbọ́. Àwọn kan tó lákúrá wá sí àbí lákúrú tún sí lọ péra wọn. Àwọn yẹn náà sì, àwọn náà tó ti dé. Lọ́rùn Nàìjíríà nìkan. Bí Trump bá máa wẹ́ ẹjọ́ wa o. Gbogbo churches nísìn, wọn gbọ́dọ̀ jọ́sìn mọ́ wàhálà ni. Bí mọ́sálásí bá máa kírun nísìn, ó di kan máa kàn fi ọlọ́pàá síta ọlọ́pàá òun kan ọ̀nà máa kọ́ padà nù ilé ìjọsìn náà tágẹ́ẹ̀tì sìn nílùú tó lọ́ba tó níjòyè nígbà tí odidi brigadier general ti safe mọ́ kí ni ká wá sọ àwa commoners kí ni ká sọ tàà commoners mo fẹ́ fi fídíò kan máa lọ mo sunkún gbà tí mo wo analysis yẹn ǹjẹ́ jẹ́mọ̀ tó fọ́ nídù dísìn defense headquarters sì ń deny wípé wọn ò pa brigadier general ọba lọ́hùn dísìn wọ́n kọ́ deny ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ló jẹ́ káwọn iswap yẹn fi fọ́tò yẹn sí kan fi fídíò yẹn síta pé ṣe rí lọ́dọ̀ wa yọ́n bá mi ṣóbi tó ti mú brigadier general ọba tí wọ́n ń fà báyìí táwọn yẹn ń fà odindi general kódà nínú àwọn tí máa yẹ kó dání nínú àwọn tí máa yẹ kó lọ àwọn tó ń favour àwọn gáìsì wà nù wọn ẹgbẹ́ ni ó ti tọ́jú àwọn tó ń favour tí wọ́n fún wọn lọ́wọ́ tó fún àwọn gáìsì lọ́wọ́ wà nù wọn ibẹ̀ ni máa yẹn ni wọn nígbà tí swap gbọ́ wípé army headquarters sọ pé máa yẹn safe ó ti kó gbogbo àwọn boys délé ní swap bá release fídíò yìí òun náà gbé sínú mọ́tò tẹ̀rí yẹn o torí ìjókòó tó jókòó ẹ̀bẹ̀ náà yìnbọn fún sí 1 bullet péré ló jẹ brigadier general Amẹ́ríkà ò gbọ́dọ̀ lùsì brigadier general sọ́wọ́ insurgents wọ́n jẹ wọ́n run kílẹ̀ ẹjọ́ yẹn tó mọ́ irú ẹ̀ lẹ́rí tíṣà ó lè ṣe ní Burkina Faso èho brigadier general ní country ní brigadier general rúùlù country mi kò ṣe gbọ́ o and everything is going on as if there's no problem àwọn tí wọ́n wá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn yẹn rìn freely n tó bá ti mú ọ ṣe tán ṣe fún Nnamdi Kanu lánàá sẹ́ èmi tún sọ o Fúlàní too they must be arrested ìgbà ilé mímọ̀ pé fẹ́ fọ Nàìjíríà mọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká wo fídíò yìí bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ sí brigadier general Uba bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ sí gan ẹ gbọ́ lẹ́nu ọmọkùnrin.
The disappearance of a high-ranking military officer sent shockwaves across Nigeria, but what happened in those final moments before he vanished would reveal a disturbing truth that the military may have tried to hide from the public. On the afternoon of November 15, 2025, Brigadier General M. Uba was leading his troops on what should have been a routine patrol. The commander of the 25th Task Force Brigade had taken his men deep into the dangerous areas around Wajiroko village in Damboa local government area of Borno State. This was territory where the terrorist group known as the Islamic State West Africa Province, ISWAP, operated freely, but General Uba was no stranger to danger. He had led multiple operations across Nigeria, earning his rank through years of brave service. The convoy was said to have departed Damboa town around 2 p.m. that Friday. It consisted of 2 Hilux vehicles, 2 armored personnel carriers, several motorcycles, and both soldiers and members of the Civilian Joint Task Force, CJTF. They were returning from a successful patrol within the surrounding areas of the Sambisa forest when everything went terribly wrong. Around 5 p.m., as the convoy moved along Bill Road near Sabongari, the terrorists struck. Hidden along the route, ISWAP fighters opened sustained heavy fire on the unsuspecting troops. The attack was sudden and brutal. Bullets were reportedly sprayed on the convoy from all directions as the terrorists unleashed their weapons with deadly precision. In the chaos of gunfire and explosions, 4 men fell, 2 brave soldiers and 2 CJTF operatives were killed on the spot. The remaining troops fought back fiercely, trying to break through the ambush. But in the confusion and smoke of battle, something unprecedented happened. Brigadier General Uba, the highest-ranking officer present at the scene, became separated from his men. As his troops scattered to survive the onslaught, General Uba found himself alone in hostile territory. He had managed to escape the immediate point of attack, but now he was stranded in an area controlled by one of the most dangerous terrorist groups in Nigeria. What happened next would become the subject of intense speculation and deep controversy. The general had his phone with him. In those desperate hours, he used WhatsApp to contact military signals in order to coordinate a rescue. In messages that would later be revealed, General Uba seemed to have remained remarkably calm despite his dire situation. He asked his coordinating team whether they would pick him up or direct him on where to go. He provided updates on his phone battery level, which was at 31% at the time. In what would turn out to be his final messages, he told his colleagues that he was on foot but would raise his peak cap once he saw the aircraft coming to rescue him. A helicopter was reportedly dispatched to locate and extract the general. Military sources confirmed that he had even made a video call to confirm that he was still alive and also shared his live location with colleagues. Air support was deployed immediately and troops from Operation Hadin Kai raced against time to reach him before the terrorists could find him. But something went wrong. Despite having his location, the rescue teams could not locate him. Some sources believe that his phone either died or was seized by the terrorists. What is clear is that somewhere in those dark hours, the general fell into the hands of ISWAP fighters. Meanwhile, word began spreading on social media that General Uba had been kidnapped. The rumor spread like wildfire, causing panic among military families as well as the general public. A brigade commander had not gone missing like this for some years now, and this left people with so many questions in mind. The Nigerian army moved quickly to control the narrative. On Saturday, November 16, 2025, Lieutenant Colonel Apollonia Anele, the acting director of Army Public Relations, released an official statement. The army insisted that General Uba had bravely fought through the ambush with superior firepower, forcing the terrorists to withdraw. According to the statement, the general had successfully led his troops back to base after the attack. The army strongly denied that the brigade commander had been abducted. They called the reports circulating online a fake narrative and urged the public to disregard them. The chief of army staff even saluted the uncommon bravery and resilience of the troops, praising their sacrifice. But the truth was far different from what the army was telling Nigerians. Just days after the army's denial, ISWAP released a video that shocked the nation. The terrorist group showed footage of Brigadier General Uba in their captivity. The general, who the army claimed had returned safely to base, was very much in the hands of the terrorists. ISWAP also released two pictures designed to be in comparison. One showed the general sitting on the ground, looking weary and defeated. Another picture showed him in his office before his capture, a reminder of the authority and the rank he once held. The terrorist group wanted to humiliate not just the general, but the entire Nigerian military. Homango, a respected news organization, had analyzed the images and confirmed that they were indeed authentic. They had obtained verified evidence showing the commander in ISWAP custody with a gunshot wound to his leg. The image showed him surrounded by armed fighters, appearing exhausted but alive. This showed that the Nigerian army statement had been false all along. The capture of General Uba was unprecedented. A brigadier general is a one-star general who commands an entire brigade or regiment. This rank represents one of the senior commissioned officers in the Nigerian army, held only by those who entered the military through the Nigerian Defense Academy or Direct Short Service Commission. For such a high-ranking officer to be captured alive was both an operational disaster and a massive embarrassment for the military. Then came the worst news of all. ISWAP claimed they had executed Brigadier General Uba. Shortly after, a video began circulating on social media showing the horrifying moment when the general was killed with a single shot to the head. The terrorists had interrogated him briefly before carrying out the summary execution. The death of General Uba means that he became the highest-ranking Nigerian military officer to be killed by terrorists since 2021. 4 years earlier, another brigadier general had been killed, along with 3 soldiers, while fighting off an ISWAP attack in Borno State. But the circumstances of General Uba's death raised far more disturbing questions. Questions like, how did a brigade commander, surrounded by troops and with access to air support, end up being captured and eliminated by terrorists? The answers remain unclear, but many theories have emerged. Some people allege that General Uba's location had been leaked to the terrorists. They believed he was sold out by someone with inside knowledge of the operation because it would have been difficult for the terrorists to have known exactly where to set up their ambush without knowing that he and his troops would be passing through that route. Others pointed to a possible security breach. An intelligence source believes that ISWAP may have intercepted his WhatsApp communications and then tracked his location through his phone. Many questioned why it took so long for the helicopter to locate the general. He had provided his exact location and also remained in contact for some time. Yet, Despite this information, the rescue teams could not find him before it became too late. Some observers also noticed something suspicious in the WhatsApp screenshot that was leaked. A part of the messages appeared to have been deleted. People speculated that the missing portions might have contained the exact moment when the handler asked the general for his exact location. The truth is that nobody truly knows how General Uba ended up getting captured and also executed. The Nigerian army is yet to provide a full explanation of what actually went wrong that day. The conflicting reports, the initial denial, and the lack of transparency have only fueled more suspicions and questions. But perhaps the most frightening aspect of this tragedy goes beyond the death of one man, no matter how high his rank. The ramifications are far more severe and troubling because, think about it, if ISWAP terrorists can ambush, capture and execute a brigadier general who had air support, troops and communication equipment, what hope do ordinary civilians have? General Uba had training, weapons, backup and the full resources of the Nigerian military behind him, yet he still fell victim to the terrorists. What does this say about the safety of regular people living in areas where these groups operate? If a whole general with all his protection could not escape, what now becomes the fate of farmers, traders, women and children who have no protection at all? The execution of Brigadier General Uba exposed the harsh reality that the fight against terrorism in northeastern Nigeria is far from over. Despite years of military operations and billions spent on security, the terrorists remain capable of carrying out sophisticated attacks that can take down even the most senior military officers without any challenge. This is seriously disturbing.
First of all, I'm glad that something like this came up. Whenever I'm making videos like this, most people feel like I'm just talking. I don't know what they talk about, not just content that they create. This is not content for me. I know what I am saying. Now, soldiers are complaining that bandits in the army are giving out information to their former commanders. I don't talk this thing tired before. You go arrest a known bandit, they don't give you order to unalive them, so you know go against that order. So you hand over these bandits to the right authority for them to do the needful. But instead, they go carry and go camp. After some months, they go say, don't repent, he's not a good person. The next thing, they go put her inside army. Not just, they go put them inside army, or they put them for police. In fact, they separate them. Some go army, some go police, some go navy, some go air force. Special candidates. Person where you arrest like 8 months ago, today is now your colleague. And I did the same duty. So how can you be so comfortable that these same terrorists will watch your back if anything happens? This person, they are still loyal to their former commanders. Their terrorist commanders, they are loyal to them. And the reason why because soldiers go make plans on how to launch an attack, the next thing, they don't hear everything. They know everything when it happen. They know the kind of weapon where they base. They know numbers of soldiers where they around. They know everything. Courtesy of the so-called repentant Boko Haram that the government push into the military. To do what? To fight their fellow, their not even formal colleagues. They are still colleagues. It just be like you send somebody undercover to, work with the enemy. That's what they are doing. They are still loyal to the commanders. They still do dirty work for them. I say you go plan something. Men go plan something. After they finish that meeting, bandits or Boko Haram don't hear everything. How you want to take fight that can fight? How you want to achieve your aim with saboteurs they inside your camp? Think about it. These people are terrorists. They were caught. They did not go to prison. They went for military training. And now they are soldiers, working together with the same soldiers that arrested them. But they are still loyal to their former terrorist commanders, giving out information. If soldiers they pass here, bandit Boko Haram don't know that road they pass, they'll lay ambush. Come on, Nigerian government, come on. Come on. What are we doing?
What are your thoughts on this case? Share your opinions in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel for more true crime stories.